I just registered for the Can East Games 2022. Here it is. So I've got just over a month to make this happen. Put in the work and do this thing. I'll never know unless I try. So we're just doing it. Just diving headfirst into this. Yeah. I am in excruciating pain. My whole stomach feels like it's like falling out of me, and got no real updates on what's going on. So it's actually my birthday today. That's why I am all glammed up just a little bit, make me feel a little bit better. Let's talk about what happened. I had entered the Can East Games, my first ever functional fitness competition. It was go time. It was like a month away. I'm like ready to train, and then we had a little bit of a change in events. I started to get a sudden onset of extreme abdominal pain, bloating, there was cramping, I was in a lot of pain. And there was some things that had relieved the pain, but then it ended up coming back, and I was on the floor, I was crying, crawling, like it just, everything hurt. It felt like all my organs were like gonna explode out of my stomach. So I went to the hospital and was there for about 7 hours. Got my blood work done, urine sample, x-rays, and they said that everything looked normal. They ordered an ultrasound. So got my ultrasound. They were like, we'll call you the next day when there's results. I was still in a lot of pain, was having a lot of trouble walking, which is very uncomfortable. And in the ultrasound, they said that they saw lots of fluids. So I needed to go back to the emergency department, which I was there for another 12 hours. And I got a CT scan done, more blood work. In the blood work, they said that there were some red blood cells that had dropped, another level that had dropped. In the CT scan, they were seeing that there was blood in my abdomen, and it was a moderate amount, and they couldn't see where it was coming from, so they came to the conclusion, because I do already have PCOS, they came to the conclusion that an ovarian, one of the cysts, had just gotten big and burst, and it bled into my abdomen, because they couldn't see where the bleeding was coming from. So I was given the option of possibly getting a surgery to drain the blood or just letting my body reabsorb the blood on its own. The doctor did recommend to just let it reabsorb on its own for many different reasons. I told her about my competition and my training, that I'm, a pretty active person and this is what's coming up, and she recommended that I not lift any heavy weights for about 2 weeks. My heart sunk because I was like, well, this was my 3 weeks to prepare. And although I'm not gonna just suddenly get weak, it's just, this is the part of where this is a little bit of a setback, because I need to allow my body to rest. I was almost heartbroken because I just felt like I'm not gonna be able to do this. And she even said I would just not do the competition and just do it next year. The competition is non-refundable, so I'm going to do it regardless. She doesn't want me to lift heavy weights because she doesn't want me to get a hernia. And she just said as my body starts to feel a little bit better, then I can start going for walks if my body allows me to go for jogs. So hopefully I can still keep up my training on the cardio side. And then, once I'm cleared to lift weights, I'll get back into the groove of things. I'm not worried about, losing muscle or anything like that. It is a shorter period of time, and I have been, keeping up this routine regimen for a very long time. It's I'm limited on what I can do, but I can still do some things. So I think at first I saw it as a big wall, but it's more of, an obstacle that's it's gonna, just a little bit in the way, It's not a complete halt. Yeah, that is what's going on. I am on day 5, since I was in excruciating pain, and I feel about 60%, 65% better than I was, back to my normal self. This kind of thing happens. It happens to a lot of people. It's just a matter of when. Some people can live with large cysts, for a long time. Sometimes it can get smaller. And this was just its time. It was just its time. It could have happened in a week. Could have happened the day before my competition. Could have, yeah. I can't wait to get back into the swing of things. And the doctor did recommend some things that could kind of prevent this from happening, kind of managing the PCOS. And if you guys didn't know, I did come off of birth control because I was just having a lot of issues with it, and it was just, I felt like it was not for me. So she recommended I actually go back on it to manage the PCOS, but I'm just really very conflicted. So anyway, I got to go. It's my birthday. I'm turning 22, or I am 22, and now. So I will pop back in here when I have some more news and some more updates. Whatevs. Don't know what this video is gonna be, but yeah. So besides the weightlifting, I do have to get some more blood work done to make sure my levels aren't still dropping. The doctor was like, you can just go back to living your life as usual, which means we're starting to get back into the swing of things, so stay tuned for what's coming next.